Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Wendy, cellist, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell icon so that you'll be notified of future videos. I'm also on Instagram, Cellist Wendy. You can always DM me or write me over there on the comments. I read all the comments. So today I wanted to share with you a little bit about my cello story. I was originally from Hong Kong. My parents are both musicians. My father is a composer. My mom was a pianist, and then she turned into an opera singer now. So when I was 3, apparently my mom took me to like a merry-go-round, and it has, I think, this song. Humorous by Dvorak. And then goes so on. Anyway, so I apparently heard the song once on the merry-go-round, and then I went home, 3 years old, and I started dinging out that whole thing. First a few notes on the piano, and then I put it all together, and they were like, holy crap, like I guess she has some talent on music. And apparently I had like this thing called perfect pitch. For those of you who are not musicians, it means that you can recall any pitch. If somebody says sing an A, I can sing la, that's an A. Or somebody can play a whole bunch of notes and I would know what they are. So that's perfect pitch. You can recall any pitch at any time. Not everybody can do that apparently. So I started playing the piano when I was 3. And I played the piano actually all the way until I was 9 years old. But then I had a teacher that was pretty severe with me. And then my dad loves the cello. So he thought that I could learn a different instrument. So I decided to learn the cello when I was 9 years old. At first it was just fun, and you know, there's not as much competition in Hong Kong on the cello than on the piano. Like everybody plays the piano, right? But not everybody plays the cello, especially back when I was growing up. There's some violinists, there are quite a few violinists, but definitely not the cello. So I was sort of like that special somebody playing the cello. So I played it for a while, but then I really fell in love with it. And the person who truly inspired me, and of course that's Yo-Yo Ma. And I loved his playing. I listened to his playing like all day long. All I wanted to do was to have Yo-Yo Ma's career. I wanted to perform everywhere. I wanted to be a cellist. I wanted to express myself as a cellist. So at a very young age, I decided that I wanted to be a cellist. So at the age of 12, my mom decided to take me to the United States so that I could study the music. And now I already have like a few aunts that were living in Boston. So of course, Boston was the right place. And also Boston is known to have fantastic teachers and cello teacher, music teachers, amazing schools. So my mom stayed with me in Boston until I went to college. And at that time I went to NEC, the New England Conservatory, and that's when she decided to go back. In high school, I was really invested, and I was practicing like 6 hours a day, every day in high school, and I loved the cello, and I did a lot of competitions. I already was performing a lot, you know, with the youth orchestra. I won all the competitions, and I was touring. I stayed in Boston, and then of course the next logical step is to go to New York. New York is a capital for the arts and for musicians and for people like me who want to thrive in their career as a classical musician. And of course Juilliard is the perfect school. I had a lot of opportunities when I was at Juilliard, both in my master's program and also in the artist diploma program. I won the concerto competition when I was at Juilliard. I was sent to the United Nations to perform a solo. There were just a lot of great opportunities. So I'm very, very grateful for amazing time there and connections that I made and the networking that I did. And then after I graduated, I immediately applied to be a teaching artist at the New York Philharmonic. You're going to ask, what is a teaching artist? Basically about teaching in such a way so that the audience or the kids or whoever we're teaching really form a very personal relationship with the music. So rather than giving a lot of information, it's about finding ways, an entryway for them to enjoy the music. It's very meaningful work, and this is how education should be for the future of music. I really strongly believe in it. So I've stayed being a teaching artist at the New York Philharmonic for the past many years, and then I also founded an ensemble called Classical Jam, and it has a similar idea of creating interactive concerts, so I can use those concerts as a tool for audiences to engage in a way to the music that they haven't before, so they really enjoy it. So making music accessible without dumbing it down, but finding entry points for audiences. And we toured all over. So I've had a very successful career, and now my cello story ends with where I am today, where I've done a lot. I've gone to major festivals. So I feel like I've done a lot with my career in terms of performing. I've been in different groups, different tours, different quartets, ensembles, festivals. You know, I've done a lot of stuff, competitions, and I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I really want to have a solo voice. And this is when my album was born, my visual album, because I love making videos, because actually I did YouTube for like 8 years, but it was more focused on beauty. It was just for fun, but then I just ended up doing it and became like a side hustle thing. You know, I started earning some money on the side, so it was just fun. So I learned all these skills as a social media person, but I never actually applied it on sharing about my music and my cello, which I'm so passionate about. And so at this point in my life, this is what I'm committed to. So I wanted to combine the artistry of filmmaking, video making, beauty, fashion, and music. And this is why I created PASIÓN. And if you haven't checked it out, I would really encourage you to check out this album, PASIÓN. It's a visual album. There are 12 tracks, and each track has a video, and when you stream them together, it becomes a movie. It should be available on this channel. There will be one video per week coming out to show you some of these videos. So I really hope that you check it out. So this is where my cello story is going, and what I'm hoping to do is to perform a lot more as a solo artist, and of course chamber music as well. I want to do creative work. I want to perform in Europe. That is my dream. I really want to perform there as a solo artist. I want to do more concertos, recitals, collaborations, creative projects, whatever that means. And also with Classical Jam, I want to play more. So there are some things that are coming up, and I'll keep you up to date what's coming up. I also have my Patreon right here. Just started it, and I would love your support. And there are lots of different perks on being on Patreon, and I will link it right down below so you can see a lot of perks. And some of the perks includes getting the album as part of supporting me, a signed copy. You know, one of the perks for supporting me is like having one-on-one time with me once a month. You can take lessons with me. You can ask me for music or technical or career advice, or music or cello advice, whatever you want to spend that time on. So just check that out, and I would really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video and leave me a comment. I read all the comments, and I'm on Instagram, Cellist Wendy. So I'll see you next time. Bye!